Good morning, everyone. Good morning and Happy New Year. I invite everyone to come on in, find what feels like a comfortable seat to you. I invite you to, because I need this reminder, to turn off cell phones and other devices. Now's your chance to let those have their own space for a time. So, well, you'll hear more about this, but normally this is a Sunday in which we serve cider during the service. But since that would involve removing our masks, we're drinking during the service. We'll this year instead we will offer some refreshments after the service, and it's the one sunny day in about a 2-week stretch. So we'll take some time outdoors for those who want to visit outside, but we also have paper to-go cups. If you want to take some hot cider with you or cold cider and some treats, you'll have an option. I'm the Reverend Kevin Tarsa, for those who don't know, back from a COVID stretch. Enough. Don't do it. Don't do it. And we're going to ring in a moment after the land acknowledgement. We're going to ring in the new year with a song. And on the refrain, I'm going to invite people to ring some bells. So I'm going to start with the lightest ones and ask for volunteers to ring some light bells. So that is group one. So when I cue for the first refrain for group one, you ring your bells, just group one. Now I'm going to pass out group two. They're a little bit bigger. You are group two. So once the ones are in, you play on all the refrains. Group two, you come in when I give you the two and play on the refrains thereafter. Okay? Group three. Only appropriate, right? One more. That was group three. So you're in on three and thereafter, right? So first refrain will be group one. Second refrain will be group one and two. Third refrain will be 1, 2, and 3. And the fourth one will be everybody. Okay? Thank you. We are ready for the land acknowledgement this morning, offered by Lori Bell.
By placing this basket of black oak acorns on our altar, we acknowledge the Nisenan people are still here among us today, though nearly invisible after generations of erasure and exclusion from California's history. We understand we are on Nisenan land, that was never ceded, never given up, and the original tribal families have yet to recover from the genocide of their people. We commit ourselves to supporting the Nisenan in their efforts to stabilize their people and restore their tribal sovereignty.
Ring out wild bells to the night sky, flying above the frosty light. The year is dying in the night. Ring out wild bells and let it die. Ring in love, ring in hope, ring in peace and justice. Ring in faith, ring in joy, ring in love, ring in. Ring out the old, ring in the new, ring happy bells across the snow. The year is going, let it go. Ring out the false, ring in the true. Ring in love, ring in hope, ring in peace and justice. Ring in faith, ring in joy, ring in love, ring in love. Ring out the grief that saps the mind for those that really see no more. Ring out the feud of rich and poor. Ring in redress to humankind. Ring in love, ring in hope, ring in peace and justice. Ring in faith, ring in joy, ring out false pride in place and blood, the civic slander and the spite. Ring in the love of truth and right, ring in the common love of good. Ring in love, ring in hope, ring in peace and justice. Ring in faith, ring in joy, Thank you for that. That was fun. Yeah. It's an annual tradition now.
Good morning and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Community of the Mountains. We welcome all and each of you, wherever you are, whoever you are, from wherever you came and whatever you're feeling and holding in your heart. We extend a warm embrace and greeting. Thank you for being here. My name is Carol Nimick and I am the worship associate this morning. And welcome to the new year, a new beginning. Shifting the monthly theme from wondering to centering, we will center ourselves between the recently completed year and the new year of today, taking a look backwards and a glance forward. By acknowledging the past and the future, we touch more deeply into our hearts, into the center of our being, into the present. As we weave a path of our past and future, we have the opportunity to center in this very present moment. We will have an opportunity to share what calls us to move forward and what remembrances and reflections we wish to share about yesterday. What resonates here and now. Welcome.
Good morning. The words for our chalice lighting this morning are coming from our UUCM poet laureate, Tom Wilson. And this one is entitled Bodhisattva. Don't go anywhere. Be a lighthouse. Just keep shining you out into the darkness of this terribly wounded world that needs your love.
And I'd like to invite those of you at home to light your home chalices.
Thank you, Anita. A beautiful setting this morning by Linda Siska. Outside brought in to be with us. So Anita will explain where the tradition of this day came from shortly. And often on the cover, when we have a printed order of service, or often in the imagery, we show an image of Janus, who's the god of thresholds from eons past, often shown as a person with two faces, one facing backward, one facing forward. This is a temple in France dedicated to the god Janus. This is what's left standing. And in its own way, it kind of offers these two faces, right? Looking one direction or the other. So we had intended to start with our youngest people. But since they're headed out of the room right away, that's okay. That's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to invite them to share their look at the year past. But we'll move. That's okay. We'll move right into sharing. They'll have a chance upstairs to have their own time together. So I would invite us just very briefly to call out a few of the key happenings from the last year, 2022. Just quickly, I'll repeat them. What would you say? Sorry? Invasion of Ukraine by Russia, yes. I'm sorry? Wellness. Space exploration. Support for democracy. What stands out to you from the last year? COVID, still. Anniversary of an insurrection. So I will invite Anita to tell us the journey of where this came from, and then we'll take some time to share. And quite honestly, we have more people here today than we expected. So we'll have to manage our expectations around the sharing, but we'll do as much sharing as we can in the time that we have. Anita, I invite you.
Thank you. As one ages, one notices that we forget a few things along the way. So I had to wait until this morning till I could go into the library to our records to really look back to see when we started this. And I was surprised because it goes back to the change of the year from 2005 to 2006, when we had an interim minister by the name of Anne. I'm forgetting her last name. That was quick. Anyway, she was our interim minister, getting us ready to welcome our first full-time resident minister. And she had family elsewhere. And so she asked the worship committee, could they do something on that Sunday between Christmas and New Year's so she wouldn't have to be here, because she'd had a very full Christmas schedule. And so we said, well, we'll think of something. And we let her go to visit with her family during that interim. And that's when Cider Sunday was born. We thought, no, we don't want to make a lot of coffee. We don't know how many people will show up. They're out of town, they have visitors, etc. So let's just have something different, like hot cider. And maybe a few little cookies to nibble on, you know, that sort of thing. And we'll do that while we're doing the service. We'll pass plates around and cups and fill up the cups, and that's how it happened. And then we asked people to share what happened in the last year that you just as soon forget about and get rid of. And what are you looking forward to in the new year? And we had no idea what would happen. And then the first time around, we passed the microphone around, which today we are not going to do. We're going to use our mics up here because of all the masking and everything, and we want to be safe. But at that time, a lot of people said, I don't want to talk. And then they'd hear somebody else saying what they had remembered from the past and what they wanted for the future. And then they got bolder. So the second time the microphone went around, we had a lot more people. In the end, I think almost everybody shared that day. And the conversation following was very, very animated as we were finding out new things about people we had no idea about before. So we thought, okay, we'll think about it for next year. And it went on the next year and the next year and the next year. We had one break, sad thing, but we forgot about that after a while. I went back to our Cider Sundays. And so this may be my swan song. This may be my last Cider Sunday, but I'm very pleased to see you all here, and I hope you will all share with us what's going on in your lives.
I don't think we'll have time for everybody to share. So I have a thought about that, but we'll start with the person who is ready.
Anita asked me to share. She knows that sometimes people are just a little timid to share, and she knows I'm not timid. Our wonderful angel today, you know, I've heard that comment several times, Anita, that there goes our angel, and that's true. She is our angel. Well, my word for last year was preparation, I think, or something like that. And boy, did I spend the whole year preparing. I even had some help in the barn, cleaning out the barn. I took trips to the dump. Boy, do I feel good. Puts a whole new meaning to that word, doesn't it? Oh, well. So that's what I did. Now, all of the rest of you, be brief.
Thanks, Christy. Who else is ready?
Hi, I'm Wally. Let's see, what did I have last year? I can remember. That's the first thing, is remembering. We had a great trip to Sicily and that area and Amalfi Coast, and did that in the spring. And then in the fall, I prepared for a new knee, which I now have. And my thoughts for the coming year, which has pretty much taken up the last third of the year, because it's been going on 5 months since the knee was replaced. And my thoughts for next year is hopefully not to spend quite as many days in a doctor's office, because I have this year, and to, well, I think have a adventurous year, and hopefully get back to North Carolina, so I can visit my sister and her husband.
Martha. Ooh, and one of the most memorable things for this past year was getting to go with my son, his lady, and my grandson, 4 years old, to Maui with the other grandma. So we were making memories, and it was just such a precious time to be together. And we found a little imaginary person named Mr. Peabody, who came home with us and lives on. So this coming year, I'm hoping to have more of those memories being made with my little grandson.
Hi, I'm Renee, and this was a wonderful year. It was also really challenging for our family. And I mean, that's a beautiful thing, but I would say that looking back over the year, it sort of mirrors to me the face of UUCM and the challenges that we've gone through here too. And it sort of feels like there's the riotous roots that are sort of spreading underground. We've done a lot of growth in our family this year. And I'm looking forward to the next year to see how grounded we truly are, and just sort of rising and growing. So I'm just really happy to be here. Thank you.
For those who don't know, the last several years we've invited people to choose a word for the year to travel with, to spend time with, to be with.
Hi, I'm Jim, and last year looks an awful lot like the mythical Don Quixote running around looking for windmills to attack with his great spear, and riding around on the white horse. That's what was last year, and going forward, I just plan to listen. Thank you.
Thank you. Last year, my word was expansion, and I envisioned it as getting rid of most everything I had, and getting an RV, and taking my dog Angel and me around the country, because I wanted to experience more of life. And I kept, I wanted to expand. I wanted to have wonderful stories to share when I came back home. And I realized when I found UUCM that the expansion that I really needed was not very far from home. This community has and will continue to offer me incredible ways to find purpose and give back to humanity. So I didn't have to go very far, did I?
Hi, I'm Lisa, and I really related to, well, everything that everybody said, but I'm really happy that I have this UUCM family. It's really been great, and I'm trying to heal my own family with my mom, and my mom just got cataract surgery, and it's sort of symbolic, and I moved this year and trying to get rid of, lighten up and really connect with what's important. So I'm hopeful for this year, and I think it's going to be a good year.
I'm Scotty, and some of you will understand me when I say that I know things about aging today that I didn't know a year ago. It's been, in many ways, a daunting year, and in others, an amazing year. And I strongly suspect that I'll be able to say the same thing next Cider Sunday. And I very much hope you're here to hear me say it.
Hi, I'm Jeff Gold, and this last year is most memorable for me in joining this congregation. And I just want to thank everyone here and having this place. And it's brought a lot of deeper searching. And my word for the coming year is coming home to myself, coming home to my community, and most importantly, my new life partner, Carol, as we search for our new home together. Thank you.
Apologies, I didn't get the mask memo, but I'll get one. I'm Dahlia, and last year for me was a year of the most profound change in my life since having children, because I left my adult children up in Washington State to move here, and now I've been here a year, and I have never felt so at home, maybe in all my life. And there's been a lot of searching and trying to find my people. And I think it's so beautiful, the feelings that I have having landed here at UUCM, and my experience with Kevin and my mates and some of the journey that we've had together. And I'm just looking forward to so much more growth here in this community and the greater community in Nevada County. And my hope for myself is also authenticity, like my friend Kampasha, and moving into really expressing and leaving behind fear and expressing what is in my highest good of service to humanity and planet Earth.
This is a change because in previous years, I always started off sharing to give people an idea of what was going to happen. I didn't have to do that this year. I had my friend over here do it instead. And it's been fun listening. It's been fun listening to all the various stories. And I'm just delighted that all of you are here and that you have shared your lives with us. For me, last year, I probably had a word, but when you get older, you forget things. I forgot what my word was. but essentially it was getting rid of stuff in my life. And so I was finding ways to take some of my personal property that I had enjoyed, but it was time to pass it on to somebody else. And that was the fun part of it, was getting rid of things with people that I thought would appreciate them as much as I had. And I did a pretty good job of that. Some of you may have gotten some things that you weren't particularly fond of, and you probably found someplace else to put them. That's fine, that's good, that's sharing. But that was that year, and I look at the past more than just last year. I'm looking at the last 3 years of this COVID thing, and I've been playing hide and seek with it so that it won't find me, I hope. Looking forward, my word probably would be seeking, because when you get to be 95 and a half, you don't make a lot of long distance plans, but you seek things that will fit with your life and give you pleasure and joy. And I have a lot to be thankful for, having had this congregation with me since 1994. And it has been a wonderful support in many, many ways. And I thank all of you who have been a part of that life. And I like to work on things. I have projects. I'm hoping that Jim doesn't completely give up on the mine, because I still want to keep it out of this community. So I'll be working on the mine, and any of you who want to get involved, see me or Jim. And I'm sure there are other projects out there that I will find and get sucked into in some way or another. But it has been a wonderful life, and I'm still working on it.
What a wonderful thing you started, Anita. Anita is one of the founders, really one of the key founders of the congregation, for those who are new. We are very grateful for that as we move from one year to the next. I find my own year characterized by noticing of a change in age. And I have nothing on the people who are doing the 90s thing. I turned 59, so it's this 59 to 60 thing. But enough physical changes, right, to make me thoughtful about life and mortality, just starting that process. And so I think for so many of us, the times, the events, really invited us to relook at life. And many of you have named that in some way, right? It surfaced things that stopped us and invited us to take a closer look and to revision maybe who we are and what we're about and how we want to be in the world. We will indeed this year invite you again to choose a word for the year. We take the month of January to be working on that. I'll invite you on the 15th, my last service before sabbatical, to maybe say what you think your word is going to be, but I invite you to explore that if you haven't chosen one so far. And this is a word, again, to travel with. It's a word you want to be in conversation with for a year, to see where it goes and what it has to say to the various things you experience. So I invite you to be thinking about that these next couple weeks. And with that, I invite us to look around the room, to look around our Zoom screens, and to offer with our eyes our gratitude and thanks for everyone, for the sharing near and far that has happened today. Go ahead and take a swing around the room if your eyes are comfortable doing so. Thank you. May it be a year graced with, I say, welcome surprises this year, and much, much love and meaning.
Thanks. 25% of our offering this month will support Sierra Roots, which serves chronically homeless individuals by building personal relationships and providing immediate needs of nutritious, hot meals, clothing, shelter, especially during the severe weather as we've just witnessed these last days. Your giving is vital to our ability to sustain the work of our community. Thank you for your generosity. If you would like your full contribution to go to Sierra Roots, please place it in the white envelope. And please note other ways of giving.
Your generosity remains essential to our ability to sustain the work of our community. There are several ways to contribute. You may text an amount to 833-579-0483, give via our website at uugrassvalley.org, via PayPal at paypal.me/UUCM, or mail to UUCM 246 South Church Street, Grass Valley, California, 95945. Thank you.
We dedicate these offerings with the intention that homeless friends on the street may have warm meals and connections, and also to our own congregation. Thank you for your generosity, your love, and your support.
Thank you, Carol, who is one of our newer members and a new worship associate. Thank you for diving right in so beautifully and so thoughtfully. Anita, thank you for getting this started in the first place, but also helping lead once again this year. Toby, thanks for beautiful music as always. Steve and Paul and Siobhan was actually here this morning. She's been working on Sundays, but we're able to actually appreciate Siobhan being here. Thank you. George is working behind the scenes. Eileen is our chat host, working with the folks online. Thank you, Eileen. Beautiful setting again by Linda Siska. We've had lovely settings all holiday. Lori and Gwen were our greeters this morning. Thank you for helping people feel welcome. And I invite us all to take on that opportunity. If you see someone you do not recognize, it's okay to simply say, I don't know that we've met. I'm so-and-so. So I invite you to reach out to the folks who look less familiar to you. Thanks for working with refreshments this morning, Rain and Lori and Connie and Susan. Again, we'll have hot cider and cold cider and treats available right out here, so you can just grab some and head right out the door to the sunny for a day patio. And thank you to Joe and Corey, who are with our youngest members today. So much goes into a service always that you don't see, that's behind the scenes. So I appreciate everyone who contributes. A couple quick announcements. We're having a facilities exploration workshop next Saturday. It'll be an exciting chance to hear all the information that's been gathered. So a team is gathering information on your behalf about what's possible with the building, what's available, all those kinds of questions they're exploring, and you get the update next Saturday. There's an open mic on January 14th, a little advance notice here so you can gather your courage and be ready to participate in the open mic. Contact Shannon Dooley Miller. And the new art show will appear in the library. There's been always a beautiful art show going on in the library, and in January, mid-January, it'll begin with Barbara Chestnut's quilts. That'll be really lovely to see. And as always, we encourage you to look at the website, to sign up for the newsletter, to find out more information and to see what's going on, and to feel welcome to join in. For a closing song, let's zoom out from our very close-in personal lives to this understanding that we are also part of something much bigger, that we travel the universe on this blue-green ball. So I invite you to rise in body or in spirit, whether you're here or at home, and to sing Blue Boat Home. Sun, my sail, and moon, my rudder, as I ply the starry sea, leaning over the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep, drifting here with my ship's companions, all we kindred pilgrim souls, making our way by the lights of the heavens in our beautiful blue boat home. I give thanks to the waves upholding me, hail the great winds urging me on, greet the infinite sea before me, sing the sky my sailor's song. I was born upon the fathoms, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Around the room, the physical room and the Zoom room, are some of your ship's companions for this journey. Thank you to those who've crossed the threshold of that doorway for the first time. We know that that's not an easy thing to do, so welcome. We're glad you took that step. Thank you. Each week we offer a community benediction, we call it, a community set of good words to each other to remind ourselves that we are not alone as we travel throughout this whole year. So together we say, let us, I jumped ahead, carry the flame of peace and love until we meet again. But we will have closing words because Tom Wilson this one had is another titled, poem, Burn All Bridges. Burn all bridges behind you, as aspirants on the holy path have done down the ages. And now, do you say you find yourself alone?
No, that you shall never be. Walking in the spirit of your ancestors who love you, who do not judge the dark moments you falter and fall, knowing well of their walk, how the way may be lost.
With hope, they have prayed for you, to earth to be the one to end the grief of generations that could not heal. Let free the fire of your heart's longing to burn all bridges standing between you meeting yourself.
Let there be no turning back.
Let there be no turning back. I'm going to invite us to say the community benediction one more time. That's COVID fog, a little bit of COVID fog left. Together, carry the flame of peace and love until we meet again. We'll see you next Sunday as we continue this theme of finding our center by looking at ourselves in the eye of the storm. We'll see you then.